that's it. Really? No, like, secret ending or anything? Well, I guess there wouldn't be. I mean, we know Miles has powers, and we know that he's part of the continuation, because obviously he's in Miles Morales. He has his own game, so. Wow. Wow, what a game. What a game. On the level of the Batman Arkham series. Literally on the level. And I think you can tell. Because there is a lot of Batman Arkham in this. But it's a formula that works, you know. And we hadn't had a Spider-Man game to that extent. So it was always going to work. Wow. I tell you what, I can't remember who won Game of the Year in 2018, but I would be very surprised if this wasn't an honorable mention, but of course I didn't play it when it came out. So, yeah. It definitely would have been a contender had I played it back then, because this game is fantastic. Insomniac Games need to be commended, because what a fucking effort. You know? I'm a little confused in the timeline aspect. I do think it's a reboot of sorts. I do. I think it's a reboot because of how the differences to the movies are like there. But obviously the one thing that caught my attention with one of the lines was that, you know, it worked last time. So is it a sequel to the second movie? Is it a sequel to the second movie? Is it what Aliens Colonial Marines tried to be when they put it in between Aliens 2 and Alien 3? Have they done the same with this? Have they put this in between Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3? That's what it seems to be. That's where it seems to be in the timeline. That's where it seems to be. And it could be rebooting from there. The thing is, Laura Bailey is Mary Jane Watson. I knew she sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure if it was her or Ashley Johnson. I couldn't work it out there. I should have known. I've listened to so much Laura Bailey over the last few years that I should have already known. Yeah, it does seem to be after the two first movies, but maybe before the third one in the original movies, or it's a reboot. I can't tell. It could be just like a nice mention of Stan Lee there. Rest in peace, big man.
I'm not an expert or anything, but
Oh.
I think it's in the way that you ask her.
I'm getting too nervous. Hey, alright, so where do you want this?
Am I crushing on someone already?
Alright. Hey, so Pete?
Yeah.
I, kinda gotta talk to you about something I can't tell my mom about.
What's up?
Is he gonna tell him?
Well, weird things have been going on.
He's gonna tell him.
Like, physically.
Oh. Oh. Well, you know, you're at that age where your body starts to change. And so you may be noticing some areas,
No.
for example.
Not that.
I think he already knows that.
I think it's better that I just, I show you.
No.
It's pretty weird, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh wow, cool. So he tells Peter about it. That's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. And obviously, so Miles Morales is probably going to be the sequel, I would have thought. and it was a perfect time to come in when the PlayStation 5 launched. So that's funny. Insomniac's been doing for 2 years at that point. Wow, what a game! What an amazing game! It's pretty much what Tom Lady was telling me. I can't wait to see my completion number. I think Tom Lady ended the game in the 80s, so she probably did the most of the stuff I did. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm probably near the 90s actually, because all the only side content thing I missed was maybe a few crimes that I didn't solve. I don't know if they'll still be there now because of how different it is compared to the beginning of the game, but you can always probably do a new game. Excuse me, and do a new game and do it that way, so it probably doesn't matter. Whew. So there isn't really a lot of replay value for me. I've done it pretty much in the one run, and apart from maybe to some degree the repetitiveness of combat scenarios, it was great. I think the mementos are pretty cool. Like in the backpacks, they were like the coolest things to collect because you learn things about the whole timeline you're in. Yeah, what a game! What a game! And it kind of gives me a want to play, say, Batman Arkham Knight or Arkham Origins next. I'm not sure which big game I'm going to do next. I don't know whether to go back to Batman and do Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight, or do Mass Effect. I'm not sure yet. Maybe Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight, because Mass Effect will be 3 games. So if I do the Batman Arkham series, if I wrap that up first, in terms of like this kind of game, then yeah, I think it borrows a lot from Batman Arkham, and that can only be a good thing. The Batman Arkham series is a renowned series, but I think in some ways it's better. Like the whole Insomniac Games took the Spider-Man license and made a damn fucking good game out of it. This game is immense. This was so fun, you know. And for someone like me who doesn't have a superhero, like I'm not really into like Spider-Man or Batman. I've said this before, but I wasn't really into the superhero kind of thing, and the closest I would be to the Power Rangers. But Batman Arkham series and Batman Telltale and not so much the Spider-Man games of the PS1. It didn't really get me more into it, but this has really done that. But like I said, I know a lot about both universes. You know, I knew more about Spider-Man going in than I did Batman when I started Arkham Asylum. When I started Arkham Asylum, I really knew about Batman, Joker, and maybe some other characters thanks to Injustice, because I played Injustice first. But with Spider-Man, I had more knowledge of it. You know, I had like the movies, I had the Amazing movies, and Gwen. That's the interesting thing. Gwen Stacy isn't even part of this universe, so it's not from the Amazing series. The Amazing series, I think, was a series reboot. So I think, judging by that and all the references, that doesn't make But if it's between the second and third movies, I'm sure Aunt May is still alive in the third movie. So it can't be there either. So I think it's a reboot of sorts. I think it's either a reboot or a creation of a new universe with some references to older games and movies put in. I mean, it's pretty cool how the Avengers Tower is there. I thought that was cool. I would have thought, the little part of me thought maybe the Avengers would actually come in when all the Spider-Man villains were released from jail, but they didn't. That would have been cool to see them, but maybe they only had the license for Spider-Man and not the rest of the Avengers. But yeah, the Avengers Tower was awesome, but the representation of this game, like from a visual and from an atmospheric standpoint, Insomniac Games need to be commended. The atmosphere and the representation of New York City is insane in this game. This is probably the best representation of a city or somewhere that's real that I have ever seen. What an effort. Every inch of New York City is so like, accurately recreated. You know? It's down there to a T. You've got Madison Square Garden, you've got the, what was it, the United Nations building. You know, and it's just like, it's so authentic. The place is so authentic. You go around the city and you solve a crime and then an ambulance turns up. I mean, wow. The representation of this game is insane. It is the best thing about it by far. The whole representation of feel of the city is top notch in this game. The only thing I could really niggle at is maybe the repetitiveness of the combat after a while. And I think the overuse of it at times. But most of the overusing it is because of all the side missions that involve it. So I guess when you put it like that, it makes sense. And you don't have to do it. So this is what I like about these sorts of games. Compared to something like The Division, for example. I've never been a big fan of games that require you to be a certain level to advance a story, but you even get to that level and then you go into the story or whatever section it is and then 5 levels lower than you and you're underpowered anyway. Now, some Tom Lady went back into Borderlands recently and we found that most of the enemies we were facing were like level 25 or 20, like 20 to 25 to 29, and we're level 21. I've never really enjoyed that sort of game. It requires you to grind. And I don't mind grinding, but at the same time, it's like, I don't like the way those are set up too much. Borderlands is a brilliant game, don't get me wrong. I'm just not a big fan of the style of it. With games like this, it's nowhere near as bad. I said to Tom Lady, you'll find Mass Effect and you'll find Batman a much better experience because you don't have that limitations of having to grind and level up. And it has that, it's the RPG, it's the simpler way of an RPG element. This is the RPG element I'm a fan of. I really do think that this is the RPG kind of style I was a fan of. I like this compared to Borderlands or The Division. The Division had it really bad. I was so turned off very early on in The Division. Borderlands, we haven't reached that point yet. We haven't really reached that point, and I think we're about halfway through Borderlands, like the last time we played it. But it's like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of those types of games. And with this, it's nothing like that. So, but yeah, it's exactly the same as Batman Arkham City. It's like, it's you can do anything in order. You don't have the required side missions to reach the ending or reach a certain level to reach the next place in the story. You can do anything you want in any order you want and not be limited. And that is exactly the kind of style I like in these kinds of games. I don't know whether that's the same with Mass Effect. I've not played it yet, but I'm assuming it is. But yeah. But like I said, the representation of New York and the atmosphere in the entire city is fucking top notch. Insomniac Games had that down to a fucking T. Seriously. That's the best thing about this game. And like I said, the only real niggle I have is maybe the repetitiveness of the combat and the overuse of it at times. But I think I say that because it really didn't look like you could do other combos. But then again, you couldn't do that in Batman either. Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were very, not one-dimensional in the combat, but it's not that you can upgrade combos and things. Like in Sonic Unleashed, for example, you could upgrade the warehouse combos and do better combos and more combos. You didn't really get that with these two games, like Batman Arkham City and Spider-Man 2018 in particular. And I think that's why the combat did annoy me a little bit. The more we started doing it, I was like, I'm not really doing much else new here. It's just the same 1-2 punch. And that's fine, because with Batman Arkham they made it work anyway. And like I said, this game borrows a lot from Batman Arkham and it works tremendously. What an amazing game. Seriously. This could have been a Spider-Man movie. I said it earlier. This had all the feelings of a Spider-Man movie. And the credits have been so long, my controller just disconnected. Great. But yeah, this had all the makings of a Spider-Man movie. This really felt like it at the time, at times. And there was even like some new faces that I weren't very familiar with, like Yuri, for example. Yuri and Vulture, they were probably the only two I didn't really know much about. You know, I knew Black Cat, knew MJ, knew Harry. Miles is completely new anyway. You know, Miles is someone they introduced in this series, so it's not like he's not new. I think this game is a cross when you think about it. It seems like a bit more of a cross between the two movie franchises. There's like parts of the Amazing Spider-Man series and part of the original trilogy of movies. It's like a nice blend of the two. That's what I would actually say now I'm thinking about it. It's crazy, going very long. What if there's going to be like a secret ending? But yeah, man. The only niggle I would say was the repetitiveness of the combat. Really. The rest of it was just like really funny. Like the lack of peripheral vision in the soldiers. That was hilarious. Sometimes you could just walk on by and they wouldn't see you. That was funny. Think of all the Spider-Mans that I've known about. I think I like this one the most, to be fair. And I say that cross between the two universes because this Spider-Man, this Peter Parker, looks a lot like the Peter Parker from the Amazing series. And, you know, it has the elements of the original movie trilogy, like how the train thing worked the last time we did it, and all that. So I think it's like a good blend of the two universes put together, which is nice. I think the most incredible thing was definitely the Avengers references. I did not expect to see the Avengers Tower in this game. I'm not sure, I don't think that's actually there in real life, obviously, but it's nice that they put it there. That was a nice addition. And because Spider-Man is more predominant in the Avengers series, most recently, in the movies and cartoons, I think it is, or the Netflix series or whatever it is these days. Yeah, pretty cool. I think a nice Avengers cameo would have been nice, but, you know, this is a Spider-Man game, so you can understand what they did. Man, what's with these credits? I don't know whether I should skip them or not. I mean, the credits went so long, my controller turned off. So I don't know if there's a... Oh, we can speed it up. Yeah, let's speed it up. Well, maybe we should just skip them. I don't know. I don't want to press skip, and then we like... And then we like get a... I'm gonna skip the credits. But yeah, I'm just gonna speed this up because it's taking way too long. It shouldn't take this long. But yeah. Inside Games, what a game. Definitely on the levels of the Batman Arkham City. I can't say Arkham Knight because I haven't played that yet. So it's probably bigger than Arkham City when you think about it, because it's the whole of New York. So that makes sense. Whereas I think Arkham City is like a part of the bigger area, like Metropolis, for example. You know, it's kind of like right next door to Superman's universe. Gotham, that's it. Like, I think you're in Arkham City, you're not in Gotham. So I guess to a degree this is bigger than Arkham City, but maybe Arkham Knight will focus more on Gotham. I haven't played that yet, but here we go. So Harry goes back. Norman goes back home. Strangely, I haven't seen Harry at all, but obviously he was away. Norman hasn't become Green Goblin. There's no sight of Venom, like at all. So, I really do think this is a separate universe from all the other Spider-Man universes, or it's a reboot of some kind, with some other things thrown in. I don't really know.
We were so close.
Oh, what the fuck?
But I'll keep trying.
Dude, he's got Harry trapped in there.
I will.
That's where Harry is. Oh fuck! Oh my god!
I love you, son.
So he didn't go to away. He went to Europe. He's trapped him, of course. Yeah, because he's trying to probably find a cure for him. But oh fuck! Endgame. Holy shit! That's insane. Change the time of day in research stations. Start a new adventure with ultimate difficulty in New Game Plus. Sweet. The anti-oak suit. And a nice start point at the top of this building. I wish you could...
Agents, this is Control. Need an update on the situation in Madison. APC Foxtrot reporting. In pursuit of escaped prisoners.
I kind of wish you could go across the bridges, but the game is big enough even without going across the bridges, so it's really no big deal. Right, so we ended with a 91% completion rate. Now I don't... that says campaign progress. Also unlocks resupply. Whoops. Distributed now mesh contours refills your gadget shots. Oh, okay. So that refills your gadget slots. Cool. And we've only got a few less power, like suits unlocked. So that's cool. I haven't unlocked those yet. Okay. Oh, I want that one so bad. That one was so cool. Last stand suit. Spider Bro. I don't even remember doing that. Oh, that's with the Stark suit. Okay. Like that one. And then we got this mod. Reveals nearby secret photo locations on the minimap. Okay. Well, we'll do that. Because then I can find those and gather those up. Still haven't unlocked those yet. Alrighty, so they're all bought. They're all done. Yeah, I think... Who is the Spider-Man? One dog walker claims to know. I didn't even know I was collecting these articles. Huh. Max Dillon. They told Tiger is an alias. Right. So main story is done by 91%. That's the whole completion rate. So that's only 9% short of the full experience. That's great for an effort. I think I got like over 50 in Batman Arkham City. So, again, very proud of it. Right. So, these are DLC sections that, according to Time Lady, aren't essential to the game. So, I don't think I'll cover these for YouTube. Because the playthrough's gone as long as it already has. It's gone very long as it is. Because I didn't really make a lot of cuts, because I didn't really need to. JJJ at home rants so entertaining. 15.3 million fans. Nice. Oh, we're at the Empire State Building, I think. Oh, sweet. Cool. Yeah, I won't be doing the DLCs because, like I said, this playthrough has gone as long as it has already. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think level 50 is the cap. I think there was probably more to be had and seen, but alright. So that's pretty much it. The DLC is not essential, so I'm probably not going to cover that here. Like I said, the playthrough has gone long enough as it is. But yeah, what a game, and what an effort by Insomniac Games. What a out of the park game this is. Seriously, they have the feel and the authenticity of New York City down packed. I love these games that take the license and do such a great job with it. I love that. Even though I'm not too familiar with all the Spider-Man timelines, I only know through like the movies and you know, I wasn't into the comics or cartoons or anything, so I wasn't really that big. I mean, in Batman I was even worse. You know, I didn't really know anything apart from the Injustice timeline. But again, it's one of those games that takes a license and performs an out of the park game with it. I love that shit, and that's why I love this game. I do. It was such a great effort and such a great recreation of everything, and it could have made a movie. It really could. It really felt like a movie. What a great game. What a great game, and I can't wait to dive into Miles Morales. I will not do that right away. I think I'll take a break now and probably focus on something else. Day of recording is 21st of August, so Life is Strange 2 Colors isn't out yet. I'm hoping the playthrough will finish before that comes out, because that's probably the next thing you'll see, playthrough-wise. I think we'll go back into the Life is Strange series and play True Colors. That'll probably be the next thing we do immediately. As for what might come next in the larger game scale, I think, like I said, I might go Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight now. I might go back into Batman in a bigger game scale, and then maybe after that we'll see what options we have, and if that calls the beginning of the Mass Effect playthrough, we'll do it. But Spider-Man 2018, a fucking incredible game. Bit repetitive with the combat, but that's probably the only negative thing I would say, which isn't really a negative, it's more just a niggle. But the scale and the way you can even beat people up is just fun to do anyway, that you probably don't notice, actually. I mean, I did notice because there was so much of it, especially towards the end, in terms of beating things up, but yeah. Almost flawless. Almost flawless Spider-Man game. This is the Spider-Man game that Batman had with Arkham. I really do think that. What Batman Arkham City, or Batman Arkham Asylum, or the Arkham series did for the character Batman in video games, I seriously think that this game has done exactly the same for Spider-Man. This game is for Spider-Man in the gaming universe what Batman Arkham City was to Batman in the gaming universe. And I think Arkham City was probably considered the better one, so that would make sense. I'm an Arkham Asylum, but yeah, it's on the same kind of level. It really is. With this game, we have a Spider-Man game for the ages. And what a great effort by Insomniac Games. 91 completion rate, I'll take that. Whew, so it's probably been my longest playthrough since my time limit transition. But so I didn't probably make a lot of cuts, but every minute was worth it. Loved it. And I'll definitely be jumping into Miles Morales at some point in the future. It won't be right away. We'll do something else first. I'll have to see where this ends in terms of what day this video will go up. But most likely will be near the release of Life is Strange 2 Colors. So I think that's probably what we're going to do immediately following this. If there is some time, I will do something else. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, whew, I loved it. I hope you guys did too. Probably one of my longest playthroughs since my time limit transition. But every minute was fucking worth it. Well done to Insomniac Games. What a fucking effort. Fantastic. This, like I said, has done for Spider-Man in the gaming universe what Batman Arkham City did for Batman. And what an effort. Insomniac Games, be proud of yourselves. Fantastic. Alright, so with that, guys, you guys know what to do. Follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I will see you next time. And we will return to the world of New York City as Miles Morales in the future. Peace out, guys. Stay safe and stay awesome. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Social media is down in the description. I'm Mr. Mickey House. I'm signing off. Peace.